Hello, welcome back to TGTV, and more specifically, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to a very exciting video. It's always an exciting video when it comes to ordering a car. Today is new car order day. I'm sat on my sofa and I'm going to spec up my brand new vehicle. Now, I did this with my Turbo S. I sat on the sofa here, I spec'd it all up, and then a month later, another car turned up and I took that anyway. So here we go. Regardless, today is a slight change of tack for me. This is going to be my first EV, my first fully electric vehicle that I've owned on the channel, bar my i3S, which was a different kettle of fish, shall we say. This then is going to be none other than the Tesla Model S Plaid. Now, those of you unfamiliar with it, we're going to go into exactly what makes this special, what has kind of teased me out of my box into getting an EV, and more importantly, what has torn me away from my love of Porsche into a Tesla. I've never been the biggest Tesla fan. I've always been a little bit wary and a little bit kind of like not sure about these guys. You know, they're first to market, but you know, once the VAG group get hold of it, you know, Tesla are done for. Not the case. Tesla continue to be industry leaders. They continue to impress with their levels of tech. They continue to impress. So, Elon Musk's Twitter aside, I've actually been quite impressed by Tesla. So, without further ado then, I'm going to spec up the car on the laptop here. You get to see how much it costs, how much the options are, and what I'm going to go for. I'm going to go into a little bit of background about the car, and exactly why I want one, and exactly how ridiculous this thing is going to be. Before all of that, there's something even more exciting. You can win your very own electric car at home for only a few quid. BOTB are giving away a brand new Defender X Dynamic P400e. That is the brand new hybrid version of the Defender. P400e being the motor that I've actually got in my Range Rover downstairs. Good motor, hasn't packed up yet, so an exciting opportunity to win the brand new Defender. That is only until Sunday, and they do have other electric cars in the range. The Defender doesn't float your boat. They've also got the Porsche Taycan, and they've also got the adorable little Honda E that I drove some weeks back and drove around London in and reviewed for all of you. And if you're not into electric cars, and I'm sure you will be at some point, but maybe just not yet, there are 180 other cars, most of which are petrol driven, to choose from in their lineup. Tickets start at just 85p, and you've got to be 17 or over to enter. You can enter anywhere in the world, and you can also tick a box on the website and you get 20 grand in cash in the boot as well. I'll leave a special link below for you to click. It'll be in the pinned comments and also in the description as well. So without further ado then, let's get on with this video and let's get this car ordered. So then, join me as then I order up the car and get myself into more financial difficulty. Now, many of you will be aware of Tesla's lineup. They've got the Model S, they've got the Model 3, the Model X, and the upcoming Model Y. Let's just touch on the Model Y very, very quickly. It looks to me like a smaller Model X. It's got 7 seats. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. It's not the model I'm even going for anyway. I don't want the Model X. It looks a little bit bulbous. I don't like the look of the Model Y either, really. So, we can go for the Model S. This is the Taycan's direct competitor. Naturally, it's very Taycan shaped. However, it is not made by Porsche. It's made by an American bunch. So, this is probably the most aggressive version they've got out now. It's 0 to 60 in 2.3 seconds. You've got a 379 mile range. And, crucially, it is a dual motor. We'll just have a little flick through, see what else we've got on here. This is the current version. 379 mile range, 15-minute recharge up to 133 miles. That is good, that is good. However, this hasn't been enough so far. This current model has not been enough for me to tempt me out of my little German and Italian cocoon that I seem to have been in with my motors over the past few years, with a couple of British touches. However, that is all about to change. So let's click order now then. So here we go then, we've got the various different options you can now pick on the Model S. You can choose between long range, performance and Plaid. Now, Plaid is something that has been teased by Tesla for about a year now, ever since we saw the Model S lapping the Nürburgring in 7 minutes and 13 seconds, 29 seconds quicker than the Porsche Taycan. People have been, Taycan, I'm saying that interchangeably in this video. People have been talking about this Plaid mode. Is it a publicity stunt? Was it kind of a super tuned version they could never release to the roads? But it's now become apparent that this is actually going to happen. So 7 minutes 13 seconds in basically a big old bus, a 5-door sedan car weighing around 2 tons. 7 minutes and 13 seconds is absolutely ridiculous. That's around AMG GTR speed, which is a track focused aero twin turbo V8 track car. This is not a track car. This thing has, you know, an enormous screen inside it. It's got an armrest. It's got kind of 18-way adjustable seats and all the rest of it. So that is no mean feat. Anywho, so we've got long range here. That starts at 77,980. We've got the performance version, which is 92,980, and we've also got the Plaid version. Now, this has only been recently allowed as an option. Let's click on it then, see what happens. You'll notice that this doesn't aesthetically change, and we'll get onto that very shortly as well. However, Plaid mode means that you get 3 motors as opposed to 2 motors. You get 3 motors in there, and previously, as it states below there, the only thing beyond ludicrous mode is Plaid. Now, Plaid is Tesla's word for batch. And as you can see below, there are boasts here. It's the quickest 0 to 60 and quarter mile acceleration of any production car ever. Acceleration is less than 2 seconds to 60, and a quarter mile is less than 9 seconds. To put that in perspective, my Turbo S is quite frankly probably the most ridiculous quarter mile car you can probably get, and that is about 10.1 seconds to 60 as timed by CarWow. So this, doing quarter mile in less than 9 seconds, is absolutely ridiculous. It gets even worse. 1100 horsepower. And here we go, tri-motor, all-wheel drive. So that's all wheels being driven by 1100 horsepower with instant torque. Now the kicker is that beginning of the late 2021 is when the cars are going to be delivered, and the specs displayed here are US specs. I would pay very little attention to what this car looks like now, because some of the prototypes that have been seen around the place, and I'll put those on the screen now, some of those prototypes have been sporting huge diffusers, some wings, and some other little trick bits knocking around on the exterior. I don't expect the Plaid mode Model S to look as subdued as the P100D and all the other models below it and all the models you can get at the moment. I expect Tesla to do something slightly special with it. And you'll see it's 130,000, well, £131,000 before options. And also, excitingly, range is well over 500 miles. So this has got new battery technology in it as well, or it will have new battery technology in it as well, meaning 520 miles as well. All very good news so far. So let's just select that. That's the only option on this page. Let's go forward and see what we get option spec wise. Not the most appealing set of options here. I mean, you haven't got much in the way of exterior. We've got these wheels, which are standard. I mean, they are literally awful. They're the worst things I've ever seen. I don't know why I'm doing the wheels thing first. I'm not well, but I just couldn't bear those standard wheels. And these are carbon twin turbine wheels for £4,400. I mean, they look a bit better. You can't see what's carbon about them, they just look kind of grey, but whatever. So, paint included is white, you get that for free, and if you want any other colours, let me guess, you're going to have to pay for these. 1,400 quid, 1,400 quid, 1,400 quid, and shock horror. Oh, £2.5 grand. Well, I hate red cars anyway. Maybe, do you know what, I think I'm going to be quite boring with this. I think I'm just going to stealth it out. I think that's all we're going to go for on this. I think I'm just going to go for blacked out. And bear in mind that this will change probably aesthetic wise when we go further towards launch date. I don't think probably Tesla even know what it's going to look like at the moment. I think they're probably just doing crowdfunding like they tend to do on most of their cars. So this also is worth touching on this. So I think this has got the drivetrain and whatnot from that roadster in a sensible, usable kind of lugger. So let's go through to the next page then. Ooh, we do have options inside. This is exciting. Okay, so this is the standard option here. All black and carbon fibre. Not sure how I feel about that. What else have we got? White. Don't know about that, boy. What else? Christ. 3 awful options. On the basis that I don't actually want to pay anything for mine, I don't want white seats. It's going to have to be black inside. Sorry everyone, this is going to be a really boring spec by the looks of it. But you can see all the options here as well. You've got premium audio, you've got cold weather, blah blah blah, heat seats, air filtration, very good for coronavirus. Oh, viruses, bacteria and offensive odours from entering the cabin. So you could shut crisps outside and you wouldn't smell them when you're inside, which is good. You've got connectivity and all that good stuff that Tesla's known for. Wireless phone charging, blah blah blah. Okay, great. Bore me later. Karaoke. Don't like the sound of that, but whatever. What have we got here then? We've got Autopilot here. Now, Autopilot. This enables your car to steer, accelerate and brake automatically for other vehicles and pedestrians within its lane. Full self-driving capability. Now, I don't know about you, but I don't trust this stuff, and I'm not really gonna go for this. I don't think I would ever bother with any of this stuff. I don't know. Auto park, auto lane change. I mean, I'm more than happy parking my own car. I'm more than happy walking to my car and getting it. I don't see a case where I've ever used this. Your parked car will come and find you in a car park. I mean, I'm not using any of that stuff. You can whistle for £7 grand for that. It's like Siri. It sounds good, but it's not actually, you know, it's not actually well worth doing. Right, we are on the payment page now, so I'm going to get that done. I'm not going to type in, as much as I'm sure you'd love me to, I'm not going to type in all my car details and my address and whatnot on here. However, that car is now coming to, where does it say the total? Excuse me. Give me that. Cash. £136,000, 830p. Goodness me. What's PCP? Or PCH even? And we're going to go into in a second, so do stay tuned. We're going to go into what the Plaid mode Tesla's been doing, because it's recently broken a lap record at the Laguna Seca and beaten a P1 around the track. I'm going to show you some footage of that in a second. But I just want to say, if you get an electric car, currently at the moment with government, if you put it through your company, you get 100% tax write-off against it, unless I'm wrong about that. You don't get any benefit in kind tax, so that means you can just pay for the car out of your company and it doesn't get counted as income tax, and it's not taxable money going out. Not only that, actually no, I'm lying, you can't get a government grant on this, but that comes out at £4 grand down, £1,700 a month, and bearing in mind you can write that off against your company, that's about 20% off that as well, so that comes out about 1,300 quid or so a month, thereabouts. That is not bad at all. Your order remains fully refundable until the start of production in 2021. So just put £1 grand down now, and then you can choose further down the line. What's PCP? What does this look like? I think I might do PCP, so you can just hand the bloody thing back, because I don't know what the residual value is going to be. They valued it at 50k in 4 years. I'd probably do PCP, I guess. So you just hand the keys back. What's Tesla loan? What does that mean? £9,000 down, 72 months. I'm going to have to look into all of this. Anyway, I've got ages to think about it, because it's going to be mid-2021 at the very earliest. I need to do anything about this. So that's it then. Model S. So, Laguna Seca record then. Beating a McLaren P1. Now I'll show you some footage of that on the screen. In fact, I'm going to get it up on here. Get it on YouTube. Bore off. Let's have a look. Here we go then. Lap starts. And if any of you know about Laguna Seca, it's not an easy track, particularly with the world famous corkscrew. Not the kind of track you actually want to be doing a lap like this in. I mean, fair play to this driver. I mean, that is not a track car at all, in the faintest. Very strange noise, very strange indeed. You look at the G's as well, I'm amazed the brakes didn't cook or anything like that. Now also another thing that's worth touching on, it remains to be seen whether or not you can actually take your Tesla to a track day in the UK or anywhere else for that matter. I don't know whether or not EVs are going to be allowed on most racetracks, whether or not they're going to have to do anything about that, whether or not they're going to have to have separate days for EVs. No idea, it's not really been changed. Oh, corkscrew now. That is terrifying, it just goes invisible. Well done, that man. So yeah, this did the lap in 1 minute 30, beating a McLaren P1. Absolutely ridiculous. Now, which would I rather have? I still have the McLaren. Actually, I don't even know. Completely and utterly ridiculous, and across the line. Elon Musk has even said with further tuning the Model S Plaid could shave off another 3 seconds, which would actually make it even faster around Laguna Seca than the McLaren Senna. Absolutely ridiculous. So there we have it then, a new addition coming to the garage in 2021. Never did I think I'd be sitting here saying I'd ordered an EV, but there we go, things change. And you know what, for those probably abusing me saying, oh, you're getting an EV, they're rubbish, they're silent, blah blah blah, I think it would be cool to have something like that, and also the Carrera GT sat next to each other. Completely different machines, but both totally amazing. And it is my intention to get that thing and drag race the hell out of anyone and everyone that comes in my path. So I might get into drag racing at that point. It seems to be the thing to do at the moment. Everyone seems to be drag racing everything. But I think that'll be hands down probably the fastest thing on four wheels for quite a long time. So very excited to get that and bring it on. I will of course keep you updated if they change any of the specs or they allow people to kind of option different things, or you know, more information comes out, and of course there will be another heavily monetized video. For now though, thank you very much for watching. Do stay tuned and do let me know what you think spec wise, because I can obviously wrap it, I can obviously put wheels on it, I can do bits and bobs to it to make it look a little bit more exciting. Is there any kind of carbon manufacturers that are out there that are doing bits for Tesla that can perhaps make it look better? I don't know. And remember to enter with BOTB, because they've got the brand new Defender P400e hybrid on their lineup right now as well, along with the Porsche Taycan and the Honda E. And if, again, electricity doesn't float your boat and it winds you up like it does wind some people up, they've got 180 other cars to choose from in their lineup, and you can win from just 85p. Without further chit chat then, thank you very much for watching. Do let me know your thoughts in the comments. Are you excited? Are you bored by this new arrival to the TGE stable next year? Let me know anyway. Cheers!